Good afternoon, people. Good afternoon. This is Spirit Journey. Today is Friday, good old Friday, February 12th, 2021, and the time is about 3:12 p.m. I was meaning to do this video a couple of days ago. This was what you see on the screen. I was outside and I had my body cam on, and let me get to the point where what you see here, let me move a little forward. Okay, trying to get that thing off the middle. Okay, now I was out and about. I had guitar lessons, and this is in Manhattan. And to the left on this screen that you see, there's some people, but one of them is a woman in question. And I was having a good time, and I was carrying my guitar, and yes, I have my body cam right on the center of my chest, and I'm so glad it was on. I don't know what provoked this response in this female, but I'd like to share it with you. And I was meaning to show it earlier, but I got a little distracted there. But I'd like to share with you what transpired. Okay, and let me begin. Notice the people to the left, the woman with the orange hair. And I passed them. I didn't have any contact with them. I mean, I saw them when I walked by, but I'm just minding my own business. Watch what happens in around 3 seconds. I hear people walking.
You okay?
Okay. Let me run that back. Okay. Let me go back. Now, I don't know this person. I never met this woman before. But I'll run that back one more time. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm not bothering them. Oops, let me go back. I'm not bothering them at all. Oops. Sorry, it's hard to Oops, every time I'm trying to move, I apologize for that. Boy. Now it wants to act up. Okay, so I'm going to play it again. Yeah, this is in Manhattan, right off 26th Street. This could be 7th or 8th Avenue, I forget which one. But we're right near a school, FIT, which is across the street from the block that I'm walking on right now. Again, I'm just walking home after getting my music lessons. And I was just feeling good. Let me play it again. And I'm just talking out loud to myself, just enjoying the moment. Watching, you hear the steps.
You okay?
Okay. Now, I thought this was problematic. Okay, let me run this back. Okay, she's wearing black, dark pants, jacket, dark bag, And she has her hair braided, and it's like an orangey color. Okay. Now, go back, 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 back. Okay, this female here. Now, let me see if I could go further. Yeah, so she got right up to me, and as you see, she is not wearing her mask properly, and yet she's approaching me. She's not adhering to the social distancing, and the mask is not covering her nose, so she could potentially contaminate me for whatever, if she has something. Okay, she's not doing social distancing, and she's going to run up to me and do what she did. And you notice her mask also. She is wearing, look at that, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. Now, this incident bothered me. Again, I've never seen her before. I did not engage in any conversation. I did notice her when I walked past, but I was just minding my own business. Now, we have weird people in the city that a lot, and again, I don't know her. And this is right next to the school. See to the left of her, there's a mural, a series of murals that the students of this school, the school that you see right here, is FIT, stands for Fashion Institute of Technology, a fantastic school. And I had an opportunity years ago to take a class there, take several classes there actually. And and again, it's February now. This was done February 5, 2021, and the time is that's equivalent to 3:38 p.m. that this is taking place. Almost, wow. Just not too, the time-wise, because it's after 3 o'clock now. But as you see, there's a mural. And these murals that were done is really commemorating Black people, Blacks, the expression of, especially from the 2020, with all the things and drama that happened upon members of the Black community that I am a part of. And when this woman did this, now this is an adult female. I again, I don't know her, but what do you think this type of behavior, what this behavior represents? Do you think this is mature behavior? Do you think she looks mature with the Mickey Mouse mouthpiece? Do you think she's a very good representation of Black people respecting their Black elders? Okay, I don't know whether she's a student at the school, but I gather that I have a feeling that I'm old enough to be her mother. And so I'm experiencing this happened, harassment. I call this harassment. I call what her behavior towards me is one of disrespect, dishonoring a member of the Black community. And she's doing this behavior of mockery or immaturity directed at me. Now, I did, when she did this and ran up to me and possibly exposing me to pathogens because she's not social distancing and she does not have it covered her nose. Okay, so again, she's not respecting my body, and I felt that her behavior if those young kids were her kids, or whether she was being a guardian to these kids, but she's doing this behavior next to, when she ran, because I heard the steps coming behind me, and the people next to me were looking, because she got really close to me from behind and then does her maneuver. Do you think that this is being a good role model to young black children? Do you? Do you think you're being a good role model as a black woman, as a black person, or a human being, regardless of what you classify yourself as? In my opinion, this behavior is a poor example on displaying yourself in public and addressing me in a very disrespectful way. Young children, young black children, and she was standing right next to them, they're going to see this behavior and think this is what you're supposed to do to your elders. Total disrespect. Total disrespect. And you start to wonder why certain people in America and around the world don't take us seriously. Well, maybe because of behavior like this individual. When we do foolish things publicly, and especially in America, and do these, I call this a microaggression. You have a lot of women in America, in New York City, in these urban jungles, and that's why I want to leave New York City. But you have, I live in this urban jungle of people, individuals who don't respect other individuals. They get in your business, and they display behavior that is questionable in my opinion. And I'm angry because here, what she's doing, again, I've never met her, I never engaged in any conversation with her, nothing. I was minding my own business. And she came over and disrespected me. And I asked her, is anything wrong? What's going on? And she runs. See, when we do stupid behavior like this in front of people, and in front of people who aren't black, and they see that you're doing this to another black person, they're going to say, wow, these black people in America don't like each other. They disrespect. Don't you notice that? That's what they're probably thinking, that they don't care about one another, right? And you have these women. I went to school with problematic women in junior high school. And by the time we got into high school, a lot of them, they get pregnant, right? And they have to drop out of school, okay? There's a lack of discipline. This woman lacks wisdom, in my opinion, by the behavior. And it's not showing a good example publicly about how blacks in America should conduct themselves, especially around people outside of our group. And we start to wonder why people don't like us, why people don't want to hire us, because they see our behavior and they see you wearing a Mickey Mouse mask, right? This is really showing a good example. And then you wearing this, now I love colorful here now, but you're focusing on the wrong thing. You should focus on community of the Black America, community to pull us out of despair, of poverty that so many of us have. All my life I had to work very hard for what I have, Nothing is ever given to me. And I struggled through college. I wanted to be a good person and get straight A's in school. I worked my buns off. And I tried to show good example and stood up for the black community when I was in the military. Yeah, I stood up to injustices that happened when I was in the military. And then you got this woman here that's acting like Bozo the Clown, you know? All mockery, a foolish spirit, you know? And she's going to run up to me and not doing her social distancing. So again, she's teaching those other black children that she was standing next to that you could just do this to people and put yourself at harm if that other person is contagious, okay? So she's not an educated black woman, in my opinion, based on her behavior, okay? Now, I turned and I asked her, hey, what's up, you know? And she does not respond. Okay, so she has a poor command of the English language based on this behavior, because I gave her a chance to talk to me, tell me, you know, what's going on. And see, everybody, as you see, is watching. The guy in front of her is watching because her behavior is really questionable. Okay? So, you're displaying yourself publicly around people who already don't like us, and you're not making it any easier for us, black people who are really, really trying their best to educate themselves. I try to educate on my channel, Spirit Journey. I share them my life experiences. When I learn something new, I share it to the community. In my other channel, that I share my information in hopes to elevate us, to communicate with us. But then people like yourself commit behaviors in public and display us, black people, in a negative way. And so if you do this type of behavior, okay, why do you think a lot of these cops don't respect us? Because maybe behavior like yours, what you're wearing. People watch us, and they're watching you, miss. You know, if those kids were your kids that you're standing next to, you should be a better role model. Excuse me. You should be a better role model to those young kids watching, because they're going to see this. Hey, you could do this to our older black women and disrespect them. This is what you're teaching, and that's why I'm angry. Because people are watching, young children are watching, young children from our black community are watching your behavior. And I thought it was very immature. And here that you ran across the street, it's quite a distance, you know. And you're going to run, rather than running after me, I think you should go to a gym and run around the course, where they have for the track, the track team or something, in the track room. I think you need to run around that and to start monitoring your weight. You don't need to just run up to me. You need to go a little further, a couple more miles, and do this every day. I think your health should be more of a priority than focusing on me. Okay? Yeah. That's what you should be focusing on. Your weight, your health, and being a good example to young black children. And here you're doing this thing right next to very beautiful murals that you see on the far left about empowering the black community. And you notice all of these are primarily all black females. You hardly see any black men on this mural. And that's interesting in itself. What's happening now in New York City, you have this microaggression. A lot of the black women in New York City are very masculine, and these alpha females of foolishness harassing older black women who are minding their own business. Okay, you're showing a very poor example in New York City. All these things, all this talk about Black Lives Matter, and they usually have black women talk about this stuff during the marches or the protests, whatever how you want to categorize this. But what's happening that they're all talk about the black community. There's all these beautiful murals that individuals produce trying to encourage the black community. But the behavior of some of us is hypocritical. You tell the world in America that Black Lives Matter, and this comes out when a person, let's say a white cop, does something, kills whatever, which is horrible. I don't like things like that. Someone in my own household could have been a victim of that. He was surrounded by a squadron of police officers, and they all come out of their vehicles surrounding this individual with their guns drawn. And luckily, this individual had enough common sense to stay calm. Okay, now, so I know that it is a reality that we could become victims based on ignorant people who carry guns. And it's not just white cops that are shooting black people, that are harming black people. I've witnessed with my own eyes a black cop taking the head of a skinny black fellow, tiny, he was short and very skinny, and grabbed his head and rammed it on the cement. All these horrible things. And there was a big fat cop also. Big guy, he was tall and fat. And he did this. And I'm witnessing with my own eyes. I've witnessed white cops doing horrible things also. So it's not just white cops. And so, yes, it's horrible what happened with George Floyd. That killing of him. It was horrific when I saw it. But you know what the black community and what a lot of black women don't talk about is black people victimizing other black people. Black women targeting other black women. You fail to discuss that. You go around New York City at times harassing people for no reason at all. You go in the subway and you harass people in the subway. And I was harassed in the train station, and I did a video right when it happened. 2 black women approached me trying to intimidate me. Oh, I was so angry. I don't even want to repeat it because it was that upsetting. For no reason. There was plenty of seats on that train that both of them could have sat next to. But see, you have this alpha, aggressive women who are a bunch of losers who go around in this mantra that Black Lives Matter, but yet they don't take care of their children. And they show poor examples to their children. And a lot of these women abuse their women in public. I stopped going to this church because I was sick and tired of seeing these aggressive black women abusing their black children. I said, this is enough. This is enough. So I stopped going because of this nasty behavior. Yeah, Black Lives Matter to you only when it's a white cop or white person, but you fail to address that some of these people, black people, that are victimizing other black people. Who is doing the killings and the shootings in these black neighborhoods but black people targeting other black people? Yet there's no outcry. But yet we put a mural like this mural on the left-hand side. The whole strip there's of murals because it's a Black History Month and it's showcasing the things that are happening in the United States of America. But you never address the real issue. The real issue is your immaturity. The real issue is that you're not educating yourself. The real issue is you're not minding your weight, your health. We have the worst health disparities in America. But yet you're going to just run across the street, act like a fucking buffoon, and then run back. Shame on you. Shame on people who act this way, making the whole black community look like a real fool. I'm tired of it. It's time for us to wake up, to start, rather than going in white neighborhoods and saying that Black Lives Matter, go in your own fucking community and start preaching there that Black Lives Matter to black people. You don't like yourself. You don't take care of your health. And you're a mockery. No wonder why you got that mask on. You're a fucking fool. Okay? Yeah, that's my timer going off. Yes. Let's start maturing, people. Let's grow up and stop acting like this fat ass clown. Okay? Yes. Anyone know this woman? Anyone know her? Who this female is, who's not social distancing? Who is she? You need a grow up, woman. Yes, this is Spirit Journey signing off. Let's mature, people. Let's stop being a hypocrite and have all these murals about Black Lives Matter when it doesn't matter to you, only when a white person does harm to you. But you make it okay. You imply that it's okay for a black person to abuse another black person. And you don't respect your elders. Shame on you, woman. Shame on you. This is Spirit Journey signing off. Bye-bye.